In the year 1519, a palpable tension gripped the port of Seville. 5 ships, creaking under the weight of ambition and provisions, stood ready to challenge the known world. At their helm was Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese navigator sailing under the Spanish flag, a man whose eyes held the fire of an obsession to find a western route to the fabled Spice Islands. He promised King Charles I riches beyond imagination, a new path to the east that would circumvent their Portuguese rivals. But his crew, a volatile mix of Spanish captains and international sailors, whispered of mutiny before the first sail was even hoisted. They saw not a visionary, but a foreigner leading them to their doom. The voyage began under a cloud of suspicion. The Atlantic crossing was brutal, a relentless assault of storms that tested the ships and the men's resolve. Upon reaching the coast of South America, the real search began. Month after agonizing month, they navigated south, probing every inlet, every bay for the mythical strait that would lead them to the other side of the world. The cold grew bitter, rations dwindled, and hope began to freeze. It was here, in the desolate harbor of San Julian, that the whispers of mutiny erupted into open rebellion. 3 of the 5 captains rose against Magellan, declaring his quest a fool's errand. The situation was dire. Trapped thousands of miles from home, Magellan faced a choice: yield and fail, or be ruthless in command. He chose command. In a swift and brutal series of maneuvers, he regained control. 1 mutinous captain was killed, another was executed, and 2 more were marooned, left to an unknown fate on that forsaken shore. With his authority cemented in blood and fear, Magellan pushed onward. Finally, after more than a year of searching, they found it: a treacherous, winding passage through the tip of the continent. For 38 harrowing days, they battled ferocious currents and unpredictable winds in the labyrinthine channel that would one day bear his name. When they finally emerged, a vast, impossibly calm ocean stretched before them. Magellan, weeping with joy, named it the Mar Pacifico, the peaceful sea. But this peace was a cruel deception. The Pacific was larger than any map had ever conceived. For 99 days, they sailed without sight of land. The crew was decimated by scurvy, their gums rotting, their bodies racked with pain. They ate sawdust, leather, and rats to survive. Men who had survived storms and mutiny now wasted away under a silent, empty sky. When they at last made landfall in the Philippines, it felt like a miracle. But Magellan, emboldened by his success, made a fatal error. He became entangled in local politics, attempting to convert the natives to Christianity and secure their allegiance to Spain. He agreed to lead an attack on a rival chieftain, Lapu-Lapu of Mactan Island, believing his European armor and weapons would ensure an easy victory. He was wrong. Wading ashore in shallow water, his men were swarmed by a vastly superior force. Magellan fought bravely but was overwhelmed, struck by a poisoned arrow and hacked to pieces. The great visionary never reached his destination. The survivors, shattered and leaderless, fled. Only 1 ship, the Victoria, under the command of Juan Sebastian Elcano, would complete the journey. They limped across the Indian Ocean, rounded Africa, and finally, on September 6, 1522, nearly 3 years after they had departed, 18 skeletal men out of an original crew of 270 arrived back in Spain. They had not found a viable trade route, but they had achieved something far greater. They had proven the world was round. They were the first to circumnavigate the globe, a testament to human endurance and the terrible, beautiful, and often fatal cost of ambition. Subscribe.